1, 2. 1, 2. It's Thursday. BBC time. Let's go. Yes. Welcome, welcome. Thursday is, well, it's my Friday. My weekend starts today. Thursday. Welcome to what is, for me, day 7 of Cottage Zwift 2025. We're doing Island Hopper. It looks as if my screen's crashed. Something's happening. It's all blurry. Anyway, it's Island Hopper. 18 kilometers, 128 meters of elevation. So a little bit of climbing to do. I don't know if you can see the screen the same way I can, but it looks as if there's bikes without riders. Everything's paused, but it doesn't matter because one thing that's real is me on the bike, spinning my legs on the turbo trainer, which is translated on the screen, but whether the screen is showing or not, the watts don't stop. The temperature gets hot. Climb to the top. Actually, there's no hill climbing today. There's literally less than 130 meters of elevation, so it's a nice chance to spin the legs, get some speed if you want to race. Probably looks really pants at the moment, so you're not getting the full benefit or the full glory of Zwift. Well, I don't know what's happening on wired internet. Anyway, glitches don't stop us from cycling. Just like the rain or the cold, the ice and snow. When you're on a turbo trainer, anything goes. Oh, I love this tune so much. It's a starting tune. Start as you mean to go on. So I am Ken Dizzle, the Black Cyclist. I cycle for fun, jokes, bants, fitness, strength, pleasure, and I share my journey. Live at 5. Join the ride. How many words can I make rhyme with ride? I see the rider there. He's beside. Drop to the back. No place to hide. He's on the Zwift. Big route ride. I'm on the beach here. Come inside. We're inside the Wattage Cottage. This is what I call my, see, some people call it a pain cave. And yeah, I do, and we do suffer some pain, experience some pain in our caves. But there's more pleasure than pain, so I don't ever want to call it a pain cave because, well, I kind of like, you kind of buzz from the workout. So I call it the Wattage Cottage. This is where the watts are generated. So I need some fan. If you've got a Google speaker, I'm gonna set it off. Okay, Google, turn on gym fan. So one of my fans turn on. The fan in front of me is also on a smart plug, so I set that with my start routine. It's just kicked off right now. So I've got side wind and I've got headwind coming on. Right, so fortunately today's ride isn't a race, it's just a leisurely group ride. For some reason I'm getting some real glitches on the Zwift screen, so I apologise for your viewing today. But you know, you've got me here, the BBC, come to rock your Thursday. Doesn't matter whether you are riding along, watching, thinking, ooh, I need to get started. If I help get you motivated, that's all good. Welcome, Phil, Crank Green Watts. I know, yeah, I'm not sure what's happening or how to fix it. I don't think it's the stream. My stream health says really good. It's something to do with Zwift itself. It just did an update, so I think there's probably a problem with the update. So the plan today, apart from seeing a very glitchy Zwift, so you can see Zwift is No, that's me pretending. So Zwift is glitching, but I'm not. See, no latency, no lag. And apart from restarting Zwift again, I don't know how I'm gonna fix it. I mean, you can't even do guess the power up. I reckon feather. Swords of feather first for me. Oh, it's draft today. We got a draft. It's like guess where I'll be every 5 seconds. I'm hoping it will settle in soon. Yeah, this is an old laptop, so it's an AMD Ryzen 7 4000 with I think it's like a 16, maybe a 1650. Obviously, it's a laptop. That's the reason why I'm actually in the process of making a new PC build. I've been researching over the Christmas, and I bought 50% of my components. Only thing I need to get is the GPU, CPU, RAM, and storage. I bought a case. I bought a PSU. I've also bought a AIO liquid cooler and the motherboard. So I'm gonna smash, and then I'm gonna making it powerful enough so I can still do all what I'm doing now. But I think what I'll end up doing is I'll just run Zwift from this laptop still, and then stream from the PC. So what's that? Sorry, Zwift only uses one of the threads, as in one core thread. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I mean, clearly I've been putting this laptop through its paces. You know, I've got the laptop connected, 2 monitors, the Zwift app. I'm not recording anymore now that I'm streaming on YouTube, but when I was streaming on Zwift, I'd always record, then make a video out of that. So I've tried to reduce the pressure I'm putting on the GPU. I mean, I think it's just today. If you look at my other streams, the Zwift app is normally fine, and I do streaming. I think I'm streaming 4K, the Zwift app, but literally it updated just before I went online. So I think there's probably a glitch with the update. I've got wired internet with a Cat 6 cable. And my internet is like 135 meg, whatever it is. I've got really fast internet. But apologies for the screen setup. Feels like today's agenda doesn't really seem relevant if the screen's not working properly. So I did plan to just literally do some sprint blocks of greens and blue, mostly blue, with a few like 2 minute intervals at green, dropping down, kind of like self-regulated under overs, but not really. Oh, it's got to be shit to watch, hasn't it? So it's a good job I wasn't going to do the longer ride, so I was going to do the longer ride today, which I think is like close to 60 kilometers. It's at least 55. So this is Tour de Zwift, annual celebration of all the different routes on Zwift. I mean, right now it's not giving the best example of how Zwift looks, but don't blame Zwift. Blame me for how it looks right now. Thank you, Phil. So there's 3 different routes in each stage. A short route, a standard route, a longer route, and there's also an additional category for women only. And this year, I've been doing this for the last 4 years, but this year they are rewarding people who do all 3 of the routes with an additional badge. I mean, enough badges here, so I'm going for the additional badge. But I'd love to sort out this Zwift app. I think like the fact that it's only 14 kilometers I'm thinking, should I just stop the game and start it again? We'll probably still late join. Anyway, Phil, thanks for joining. Thank you for the question. Back to today's topics. I will throw some intervals in this 13.8 kilometers that I've got left. And then I'm going to try and figure out why the game's not working. But as today is a shorter ride, I did plan to do some talking about the Zwift screen. So we're going to have a look at the Zwift shop and the bikes, how to equip different bikes, and a little talk about wheel combinations, and a chance to look at the kit store. So changing the kit, customizing your avatar, that'll come at the end. Unless you prepare me to stop the game. I mean, I'm not enjoying the glitching right now, so I'm sure you're not. We can make this your stream. It's not as if I'm losing anything. It's like I'm playing on like a Sega Megadrive. 8-bit baby, 8 bits. Oh, so it's a bit muggy here. Oh. So the background might be glitching, but the BBC's not itching. It's like every word I say sometimes has to always be a rhyme. It's not really the law. It's not even a crime. See, I can't help it. My levels haven't been progressing that much lately because I've been lazy, but I am currently level 57, Phil. And on my way to level 58. I think the biggest level I wanted to get to was being able to get the Zip 808 wheels, those big rainbow wheels. And I think that was like level 44 or something, or 46. Now I don't really look at the levels, but when you first start, it's definitely something you look at a lot because certain bikes will only unlock at certain levels. And for me, obviously, first it was wanting to get the Canyon Air Road. I think I had to get to like level 10 or something like that. How about you, Phil? What level are you? You got to 100 yet? Oh, this is probably the worst stream in terms of the Zwift thing. See, I normally have a rule. I set up early, and then before, my laptop usually crashes anyway, so, but before I go on, I usually don't do any updates. I leave things as they are, so I didn't update OBS. I didn't update Streamlabs or Stream Elements. But then a Linux update came up, and that's been popping up and blocking my screen for the last 2 days, so I accepted that. And of course the Zwift update, so I probably just needed to have done another computer restart. I'll do that after this. Oh, level 100. Oh, smashing it. So how long did it take you to get to level 100? And were you like stuck at 50 for like quite a while until they moved it? Catch up these riders. Let's ride Zwift the way it's supposed to be. Hey, there's no point riding but not drafting. Although I'm clearly leading out those 3 people behind me. Here we go. Oh, there's a bit of a climb. This might be the only elevation that we've got. Probably a good idea as well to have been on the gravel bike or a mountain bike for this bit, but the tron's pretty decent. Obviously nothing's going to beat a gravel bike on this particular terrain, but it switches between like paved. I mean, this next bit's going to be like a wooden bridge, boardwalk. If I was racing, I'd definitely think about the right bike choice. So it's like there's a bit of a climb to the top. So rather than do some intervals, I think I'm just gonna, this is like a midweek 3-day. I know I've got gym on the weekend and a big ride on Saturday. So I'm just gonna ride on feel, but not just take it too easy. So I'll burn this feather when I get about halfway up. And I think I'm just gonna this pace all the way up. Oh, so you've ridden 4+ years, A+, love following fellow YouTubers. Oh, actually, are you the one who commented on my video the other day? Whew. Love the support. So I'm kind of doing like self-regulated effort. There we go, 52 meters. So I'm just under half of the elevation done. 11 kilometers left. So now I've probably done most of the hard work now. There's around about 80 kilometers of climbing left to go. Nice and easy. Legs feel fresh after 2 days rest. Know your body. Ugh. Right, I can't wait to restart this Zwift screen. So you've been drifting for just 4 years. So how about outside riding, Phil? Surely you must be pretty hot outside if you want A+ on Zwift. Do you ride for just pleasure, or do you do any racing competition? It's hard to stay with a group when the screen's glitching. You're not sure whether you've dropped off or not, or you're going ahead. So I've kind of got to go by feel that I'm maintaining the same level of watts. Duathlete, running. Oh, I can't run, I have an ankle injury, dodgy ankle. So I adopted indoor cycling into my training about 4 years ago, but I've been riding mountain bikes and BMXs for most of my life anyway. But yeah, I've never loved running, but I was quite good at distance running, just because I just had an overall level of good fitness anyway, from swimming and just always being on my bike. I just hated being forced to do it in school. Oh, wow. Oh, there goes the keyboard. So an XGB canoeist as well. Awesome, awesome. So I'm gonna have to check out your channel. Also, according to my screen setup. Okay, here's the second part of the climb. It's 5 other viewers online. Be sure to check out Phil at Frank Greenwatts. Check out his content, give him a follow, show some support. So I might take this hill a little bit lighter than the last hill. but still go at a decent pace all the way through. Even though I don't genuinely feel completely recovered from the last climb. Ugh. But it's all right. There's only 9 kilometers left and I can rest afterwards. Yeah, absolutely. That's my thing that I do as well. So I also collect old bikes from like friends, work colleagues and whatnot. I've got an alert message saying YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. So that can open the widget. I do it on a downhill. So yeah, so I collect old bikes, old kids' bikes. I do them up and I give them out in the community, hoping to give you know, the younger generation a chance to ride where they might not have had one. I didn't have a bike when I was a kid. Learnt on a friend's bike. Didn't get my own bike until I was in like double figures. So yeah, just remove any obstacles and boundaries to access. And a lot of these times, these bikes are just sat in sheds or garages. So yeah, share the love. There's a guy in Wales, Mike Jones. Mike Jones, not that one. Mike Puffer Jones. He does it in Wales. He gives away like hundreds and hundreds of bikes. When I did my virtual Everesting, so I gave him a chunk of the money that we raised during my live stream. That was like 3 years ago now, actually, I think. 2 years? 2 years? Either 2 years or 3 years. I'm getting older now, the years merge into one. We did a virtual Everesting on Zwift, riding up Alpe Zwift, 1,000 meters each time, 8,848 meters later, you were virtual Everested. Yeah, I love what he does. It's absolutely awesome. So if there's I can't tell where I am because of that map. And this tune that's playing now is almost like my, think of my Alpe Zwift soundtrack. I made a video showing all my attempts in order to get the Millstone wheels, and I used this track as the music soundtrack. There it is. Gloves. Helmet. Some of the prizes you win as you cycle up Alpe Zwift. Right. There's a little bit of a breather here. So thank you to everyone who's tuned in once again. Thursday, 23rd of July 2025, or 2025 if you say it properly. I'm Ken Dizzle, the Black Cyclist. I ride bikes for fun in my Wattage cottage, which is my spare bedroom. I don't really live with my mum, but I like to get fit and encourage people to also just enjoy the positive side of cycling. So if you're interested in cycling, you're just getting back into it, you can't remember how to change a pedal, or you want to know how you can do cycling indoors, a little bit more private, safer, you can check out any of my multiple videos. You can see my live streams here, Mondays and Thursdays. There's also a bonus ride this Saturday again at 2 PM. And I just do what I'm doing now. I ride the bike, talk, have a conversation, I ramble on. I might do a bit of crap freestyle rapping. I might talk about nonsense, but if there's anything you want to talk about or you have any questions, this is the place to talk freely. Just keep the talking positive, no isms. And you can moan as long as it's ended with a happy story. So, oh no, I've got to cycle up this massive mountain on the weekend, or oh no, I can't decide between getting a carbon bike or a steel bike. Keep it positive. Or maybe you just want to watch, feel like you're doing something by watching me, and even if that means that you can change your eating habits a little bit, so maybe have a little bit more awareness of how I count my calories. There's the wheels in front. Or better meal management, even some meal tips. Pretty much bake every day, I do. Well, when I want to eat cake, I don't buy a cake, I bake a cake. Then I can control the calories. Yeah, there's so many things to talk about with me. All right, Phil, back to the chat. Stumbled across my feed. What time is it over there? So right now in the UK, it is coming up to 5:30. 17:25. 1700 hours and 27 minutes. Are you across the pond in the States? There's loads of us in the States. We've probably got some mutual Zwift friends, actually. If you're the guy who gave me a positive comment on one of my earlier streams, I think we both know Bardi. But you might just be someone else.
It sound right, boy.
Thank you, Phil. Definitely gonna. I mean, if you were the guy, I actually watched one of your videos. He was doing a time trial, and yeah, it's you, because this guy was an A+ rider, and yeah, he was doing a time trial, and I was really impressed with the watts per kilogram and your heart rate at the end as well. Like, I don't think you went like, I think you got to maybe about 170 or something like that. I was like, oh man. So you know, like, positive admiration, not negative admiration. I'm always aiming to be better than what I am, so it's good to surround yourself with people who are higher than your level, because then it gives you something to work towards. So I'm coming for you, Phil. I mean, I probably won't catch you, but at the very least, I'm closer to the next lap. So, anyone else who's also on the stream, if you have any questions, pop them in the chat. You can comment on any of my videos. So I've actually been trying to embrace and introduce AI into my content. I mean, maybe I can get AI to fix this video. Actually, I should try and fix that widget. Seems as we're going downhill. No, I can't figure out from here, but it's definitely the Zwift app why this is, because see, look, the rest of me is fine. I'm not glitching. I'm not thing. Okay, I paused myself then. I know that's twice in the stream. It's only funny the first time, but you know. Right. Kind of lost where I am now. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I was asking about I don't know. I've lost it. It's because my heart rate stopped below 130, so I can't function properly with the heart rate at 124. Right, so I've literally done all of the climbing. I've got this feather. I'm just going to get rid of it, because sometimes I hold on to it and then I get to one of the gates and then I forget to press it off. So I've got to configure the primary and the backup streams correctly. Okay, so I've got some stream editing to do when I finish. So anyway, that's what it was. Yes, so I've been trying to introduce AI into my content creation and whatnot. So if you are subscribed, thank you for subscribing. If you're not, if you've enjoyed this content, maybe you might want to think about, is it worth subscribing to this dude so I can see more of this, or at least get an alert when he posts a video or goes live. I can then decide whether I want to click the video or watch the live. So anyway, so I've started doing a podcast. There's a few people that have been saying to me for a while, you might do a podcast. All you do in these streams anyway is like talk your ass off. And I was like, yeah, but does a podcast really work with one person? So I've tried to address that by seeing if I can get AI to do that. And it wasn't quite what I thought it would be, but all the research that I normally pull together when I make one of my longer videos, or if I'm prepping stuff to talk about in one of my longer streams, you know, maybe I want to talk about a topic in cycling, whether that's a new app like my Whoosh, or cycling statistics, cyclists going through red lights, that sort of stuff. You know, and then I pull all that together. I think about how I'm going to film it, what video clips I want to use. I've chucked it into an AI machine, and it's churned it all out for me, and it's actually pulled together an actually AI generated podcast where it's done all the work for me. So I've put that on 2 podcast episodes. So if you're interested in hearing that, check that out. That's in my well, it's in my playlist, and you'll find it anywhere I am as the Black Cyclist or the Black British Cyclist. I'm going to do that once a week, and I'm going to see if I can link up with other people. I mean, I don't know how connected I am to get like any sports celebrities. I'll give it a try, but I think I'm going to try and see if I can get some interviews, like even if it's with other people who I know from cycling or whatnot, or maybe some retailers, and yeah, just expand the subject so it's not just AI, but I'm loving the AI option. So yeah, just trying to think of more ways that I can reach out to more people. My approach is always about being positive. So that different perspective of the cyclist. I mean, I'm sure in America you don't get as much hate as we do as cyclists here, mostly from cars and whatnot. You know, and it's, I drive a car as well, and I ride a motorbike. So I don't do the Jeremy Vine type videos or the cycling Mikey where I see like an infraction or something dangerous like that. I'd rather do something that educates that person or shows them what they've done so they can learn and then change their behavior. It's not about shaming or you know, just outing someone for being a dick. I mean, being a dick's never good unless your name's Richard, but you know what I mean. So if I can show someone, you know, how either I've got an example actually. So I was driving actually back from a mountain bike trail, and his van just passed like so close I could literally have like touched the elbows on the van. And by some strange weird coincidence, I was driving a couple of days later in Birmingham, and I drove past the van, and I couldn't make out the telephone number when I was on the bike from my old GoPro. So I called the number, left a message, then I text just to say, oh, you know, I was riding the bike and you passed me really close. I've got the video. I'm not reporting to the police or anything, you know, it's nothing negative, but I wondered if you wanted to, like, if I could show you the video and maybe sort of like just have a talk about how, you know, how close the pass was, and, you know, sort of like show you how it put me in an unsafe position. And the guy responded back really nicely and positively, and I left it at that. And I think that's far better, because sometimes, okay, at times it can be on purpose, but someone might not have realised just either how close they were, or, you know, how it can be so impactful. being so close. Whereas if you show someone or you have that conversation, then I think there's better understanding. And if you understand something, well, then you're able to learn from it. And if you can learn from it, well, then you can change. Ooh, very philosophical today, eh? Right, back to the chat. Be well. CJ McGill, thank you for joining. You should put together a group ride on Zwift. You'd be surprised how many people, including myself, who would ride with you while you stream. Could add the link to your stream and in the description. Well, CJ McGill, what are you doing Saturday? How about Saturday? Actually, I mean, yeah. Well, Saturday, you can't really do you can't set a individual group ride though on Tour de Zwift. But yeah, you're right actually. Let's do one. What part of the world are you from, CJ? I do have a Zwift group, and anyone is welcome to join it. Black Cyclists. I'll post the link after the ride, but you'll find it on my profile or you'll find it through Zwift anyway. You're right. Thank you for that. That's awesome. If anyone else is on and you'd be looking to do that, you could even get the Discord going as well. I do have Discord, I just don't have it on unless I'm doing an activity and I have notifications up because it pings way too much. Yeah, do like a coffee ride. You know, definitely zone 2, nothing too fancy because I've got to think about people at different levels. Or I can just do like a medium ride and I can set it where you have what's called the rubber band. So all the riders keep together. So it doesn't matter if you're doing 50 watts and I'm doing 500 watts. It still keeps you all together. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll set that up. I guess you're definitely in. Okay, USA. Big shout out to all my USA peeps across the pond. We're going into the last mile. And we're arranging group rides as well. So this is the beauty of Zwift and online. This is what blew my mind when I first started doing it. My first group ride actually, and this was when I was fairly new to Zwift, literally within my first few weeks or my first couple of months. And then one of our fellow riders, Peter, and I think it might have been Bardi as well actually. And we did a 100 kilometer route, so my first 100 kilometer. Getting that badge, and then you do the radio tower down the hill, and then you can see if you can get your what is it, how many gigawatts is it? 1.21 gigawatts. Get that badge down the radio tower. Yeah, spin over 1,000 and then spin over 1,200. That sounds pretty good. What, last kilometre? Should I summarise the ride? I mean, there's not really much to summarise, really. For some reason, after the Zwift update, the latency in the Zwift game has just been stopping, pausing. It seems to be... Let's say it seems to be okay now. Then it stops. Okay, so I definitely need to do a laptop restart, then go again. But I've done this route before. This isn't a new route to me, I don't think. It's in the Makuri Islands, 18 kilometres. As you can see, we've done 122 metres of elevation, which is nothing really, considering 18 kilometres, which is just under 12 miles, so it's like 11 miles, just under 11 miles. Small bit of elevation, just 2 main climbs really, so enough flatness to open up the legs once you start going before you have the first climb. And it wasn't that much really, maybe 2 minutes at most of an incline. So a good chance to, even if you're having like a light ride, use it to raise the heart a bit, push yourself. And then the second one is slightly, well, it's probably double the length of the first one. again, perfect opportunity to spin the legs, go at an even pace. And then downhill sections are always good. So much so you often forget that you're actually pedaling. You can stop pedaling, do a bit of super talk. Hi Jason, Jason Relford. You'll give this a super nice, alright, super nice. Make this no drop group ride. And we went, yeah, absolutely. So it looks as if we're setting off a group ride. When should we do it, guys? Next week, Monday. I can skip the first day of Tour de Zwift. We do a group ride for 5 o'clock. What do you reckon? In fact, I'm not even working next Monday. I'm off. I can be set up nice and early. So I'll pick a decent ride. I mean, nothing too hilly, so we won't be doing Alp de Zwift. Shall we sprint to the end? Seated sprint. Seated sprint. That was supposed to be like a Ric Flair roo, but it was more like a Rick Wallaroo. 39 minutes, nice and easy, 120 watt average. Don't know what time I got in that sprint, or if I should have done the sprint, but considering it was like a light ride, why not? Ooh. Okay, so as always, once you finish your ride, it's good to spin for a few minutes afterwards. Work out that lactate acid off the muscles. Aid your recovery. Bring the heart rate down nice and gradual. Come on, Jason, it's tough to schedule Max got a pond. What's convenient for you, like midday for us? Okay, I'm gonna set it up. I'm happy to do it at 6 PM, if that makes it easier. I even do 7. Although, I'd like to eat dinner at some point. I only eat twice a day. So what's your group category, Jason? And CJ, and do you have any suggestions of a ride? Okay, so what I'm going to do, so I've already set up Saturday's stream. I will set up Monday's stream. Probably do that tomorrow. Might do it later. I'll set up Monday's stream. So for Monday, what day is it on Monday? 26. Oh, that's the day on Monday. Ugh. 27th. So Monday the 27th of January 2025. So if you're watching this in like 2049 in the YouTube archives, it's already happened. And is Zwift even still a thing? Anyway, so I'll set that up for Monday the 27th of Jan 2024. Okay, yeah, I'm the same as you, Jason. I'm officially a C, but I've been so lapsed over the autumn winter that I've definitely dropped down to a D again. But you know, muscle memory's still there. So back to the ride. I'll set it up for the usual 5. We'll see how that goes, and then I'll go by consensus. I'm happy to push that back a bit later, and we'll have our first live with the BBC. Should be good. We can do the in-game chats, and you'll be featured on stream as well. And I'll definitely stop this latency issue with the Zwift screen that's happening now. That's why I feel like I haven't done a lot, because it's only 51 minutes on the Garmin, so I've not even done a full hour. but I think I will, rather than push on, once I go through this gate, I think that's enough spinning on the legs for me. I'll wrap this up. I'm keen to get this Zwift restarted. I think a restart should probably sort it. So thank you for watching. Whew. Get the power up. Aero. Yes. Right. Not if I want to get it right. I mean, it's totally random. Should I press it? Wireless keyboard not even working now. Okay, cool. I mean, that'll just be the first one. I mean, if five doesn't quite work for you, I can be a bit flexible. Should we go for 6? 6 p.m. I'll do 6. That make it yeah, if that makes it noon for you and it's proper lunchtime, I'll do 6 p.m. Computer, end workout. Yeah, so if 6 p.m. works better for you, I'm happy to do 6 as well. It's only an hour. It's not as if I'm working on Monday. I've got the day off. Oh, let me change this. Oh, that was the work one. There we go. Yeah, so it's not going to move, is it? In time. Anyway. Well, I'll set it up anyway. So I'll set the stream up, and what I might do, I might come on early, and I can do some talking about the Zwift screen and Zwift in general. I can just be sort of like spin the legs and warming up, and then yeah, we'll kick off at 6 p.m. So all the details, the link to join the group ride event, I'll stick that in there as well. And yeah, so if you've got a Zwift set up and you're free on Monday the 27th at 6 p.m. GMT, you can be part of the live Black Cyclist Zwiftathon. It's not a Zwiftathon, it's just a Zwift ride. I'm Ken Dizzle, the Black British Cyclist. Thanks for watching. I've done it in time to the music.